Hello and welcome. We're going to do a fun little project today that's going to take us into the holidays or can be used for birthdays, anniversaries, Valentines, etc. It can be as easy as you want it to be, or you can make it more intricate. Now, we're going to start with a couple of pieces of paper that are 2.5 wide. This one's 6 tall, that one's 5 tall. We've got it on a base layer that's 8 tall and 4 3/4 wide. And what this piece can be used for is to be placed into your journal page, and you could glue it in with a U there to do a side tuck, or a U this way for a top tuck. And then we've got our 2 pieces of paper, and I've already used my little edge cutter. This is just a Wendy's card that I've took a small notch off of each top piece here, and it's to reflect a tag. I saw it on Gail Augustinelli's page, and I thought, that tag looks like a candle. I said, let me see if I can do something with that. So anyhow, I've taken and inked around all the sides, and I've taken my crocodile, and I've cut a small hole in the top, just like a tag would be. Now what we want to do is I'm going to place this into here. I went and was starting a video and glued that down, but I think I can get that up underneath there. And I need to make my wick is what this is going to be. And if you didn't want to mess with the wick and all that, I mean, you don't have to. You can just maybe draw a line or a little skinny strip of paper, but we're going to do it kind of like that. Or are we? I think the knot is going to mess it up. So what we're going to do is we're just going to come in and go under like that. And I'm going to glue it right there and let it take it under. Now, if you'd done this before you glued it down, that would have been a whole lot easier. But you think I'm going to think of that? No. Okay. All right, we got it. We got it. There we go. That was painful, wasn't it? I'm so sorry you had to see that. So sorry. All right, now we're going to cut our wick off right here. Then we're going to come in here and we're going to do the wick for this guy. And let me put a little bit of glue down here for it to come through. We're going to go through our hole at the front and come out. And we're going to glue that down like that. Going to cut our wick off and get that out of our way. That was a scrap that I had from way back when. I didn't have any plans for it, so it's been laying on my desk. And that's what you could do. You could have a little bucket, a little tray, basket of all these little goodies that are little excess pieces, and you can make those into clusters. Lots of people make beautiful clusters with all of their different scraps and pieces. All right, now this one here is going to be a little lower than this one because this is in the front. So we want our peripheral vision or whatever you call it to be right. And then it's going to stick up just a little bit. There we go. So it's got the illusion. I picked this real pretty floral. See how pretty, got a gold metallic on it. Thought it was really pretty. All right. Now, what we're going to do next is I'm going to show you this little piece right here. Now, this was yellow vellum. If you didn't have yellow, you could use white or translucent. But the reason I chose that really dark background was so this would show. And see, I'm going to cut my wick down to size. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here. Now, remember, vellum is going to show your glue. So what we're doing, we're putting the glue right where our flame is going to rest. And that's going to cover it. So it's going to hold it down, plus it will be hidden. And we're going to do the same for this one. Just come put a dab of glue right there in the center. If you didn't have the vellum, I mean, that's okay. You could skip this part. This is just fluff. This is what they call fluff. All right, so that's down. Now what we're going to do is take a piece of yellow, And we're just going to make us a teardrop. Now I'm going to do them both at the same time. So I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to just come up from the bottom, and it's usually a roundish shape, and we're going to do a little zippy at the top, like a raindrop bending sideways. And then you're going to come back around and just round off your bottom. Let me get all the little pieces off, and I'll show you what it looks like. I do have to trim that one. He's not quite round, but see? Isn't that cute? Now see, you could do that. That is very easy. It's just, like I said, a teardrop or a long oval with a point on the top of it. Not hard at all. I know some of you ladies out there and gentlemen are probably really good artists, so that's not going to be a problem at all for you. All right, now we're wanting to find our cutoff point, and we're going to cut it off a little long because we're going to glue our flame over it. That one may not need to be trimmed much at all. There we go. All right, now we're going to go in here with this and glue that down over top. And we're not going to worry about gluing the string. It's going to be held down by this piece of candle flame. There we go. And if you got any seepage, get in there and dab at it with your stinky little towel. I don't know what to call my towel. Some people call theirs the Timmy towel and a grungy towel. I'm not sure. Mine's going to be the stinky towel. Okay. Going to push this up, give it a little stress, and then, whoops, we want to be straight as possible. Oh, that's a tall, it's a tall wick, isn't it? We're going to have to go down a little bit. That looks odd. There, that's good enough. And make sure that's sticking. And I have a couple of little gold dots that came from, if you saw my 321 journal card where I did the mermaid, I'm going to just stick that right there. Now you could come in here with just a little orange or red slash, like a little comma, if you wanted to give it a little bit more look here. Now, if you're a more advanced artist, sorry, I had to go get my pen, you can come in here and do, and then you beginners can probably do this too. You can do what I call a smiley. You can give it a smiley face right there. And that's kind of the well where the flame is burning. And the puddle. Not too sure this one's going to take it as well. There we go. So that's what we're going to do for that. And then if you liked the ink drops, you could come in here, and I'm going to call this a fish hook. And it's just like a little semi teardrop. And I'll do one on this side, and it's just kind of like a little swirl, like a fish hook. And it just gives you the impression that it's dripping. I probably put this one in the wrong spot. It probably should have been right over here. Let's do a little tiny one right there. Okay. Now we're going to dress up. Oh, I did want to mention this. If you've got some creative looking trims, textiles, this, if I had another one, would have been a perfect flame. Look at that baby. I couldn't find another one that was flat and with the same colors because it variegated. But if you have something of this nature, you could use it. If you would rather do the whole piece through the hole with something like this, be my guest. That makes it just as pretty too. Okay. Ooh. Of course, you know me, I'm going to forget something major. I forgot to go under here with my little ribbon. This little ribbon it's supposed to go to the other side and go all the way through. Now, where is it? There we go. Okay, I got it. because what we're going to do is make something a little creative on the front of our candle with this. Now, I want to cross it over. I'm going to give it the same amount. I know you've seen those candles that's got those bands on them, and I thought I would do something of that sort here. I need a little bit more on this side, and we're going to... Okay, I got me a little bit of washi tape to hold my pieces on here, because what we're going to do is I'm going to take my wax seal stamp kit, and I'm going to pull me out... Whoop, let me take that off first. And I'm going to pull me out a piece. I can get into it. Okay. A piece of wax. I like the ones here that's got the little, I guess just a little stick handle. Instead of, you can get one that's like a pot, or you can get this style. And let me go ahead and cap my glue while we're playing with this. Because it was trying to dry up on me. All right, let's play with matches. Let me know if anybody is planning to try some of these. I think they'll be extremely fun. I mean, you could do it with the kids. Y'all can make a bunch of Christmas cards. Is that lit? Oh, yeah, it's lit. Okay. Put that over here on my... And then how you use these. And we're going to use a little tree stamp. I chose that. That's sort of neutral. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to put this in. But what you got to do now is wait for the paint to dry, in other words. But you have to just keep dripping. And as you do this, you kind of learn how much you're going to need. But I'm just dripping right over those. Oh, I got that drip a little off, but I think you can see it a little better here. I'm dripping in a circular pattern. And I'm trying to get enough on there that I can stick my little stamp on, and it's going to give me my impression. All right, I think I'm almost there. Looks like that one piece is a little dried up already. Okay, I think that's enough. All right, let's put it on here right side up, and you just push down. Don't push too hard. You can just kind of let it rest there on its own, because we have pieces underneath of it, and we don't want to mess it up. Ooh, I'm making a little fire over here. See my little campfire? Oh, goodness. Okay, well, while that's drying, I thought I would say if anybody would prefer, instead of doing pillar candles like these, if they would rather do a taper candle. So my thoughts, and these are just a couple of little scrap pieces that I trimmed off of when I was doing my little recipe keeper over there. You could take it and cut it. Keep the one straight side and just kind of cut up at a shallow angle to make your pillar candle. And then round off your top. And then I'll round off my bottom just a little bit. It doesn't have to be totally rounded. You could actually use a corner rounder on the bottom part. And I don't need to make those other ones. You kind of got the idea. But see how it looks? It's going to have the same little string in the top for your wick. You can glue that right underneath of it. You won't even see it. If I can pick it up, this is a copy paper. See, right like that? You make the same kind of little flame. Now, I was thinking about a piece that would be the base. And I have this 2-inch circle punch. And if you didn't have circle punches, you can find you something. Now, this is not quite wide enough. It's just a scrap I've got. But I don't need it to be, because I want the bottom to be flat. So we're going to punch that out like that. And then we're going to come in with a smaller circle punch. That's 1.5. It's a 1/2 inch smaller. And we're going to punch us out a little piece that is dead center in the top. And we're trying to just make, I'm trying to make sure my base is perpendicular to where I'm cutting. There we go. And there's our little candle holder. And we'll put our little candle right in there like that. And there's your taper candle. I thought that would be kind of a cute little idea. That almost looks like glass, doesn't it? It was out of one of my paper pads. That really works. So there's you another idea. All right, let's do the unveiling. What does it look like? Oh, look, that looks good, except for those I thought wax and wax, went kind of well together. So there is my little tree. Okay, well, I really appreciate you watching. And I'm going to post a playlist here that is beginner-friendly kind of projects that I have on my page. Thank you very much, and everybody have a great day and a great Thanksgiving if I don't get back with you.